Disorganized, but we have quite a bit to look at today. I'm back. I'm back from all the traveling. Hi, it's me, Kuro Hitsuki. It's your boy, K-Ro, Hit Saki. We got, Jesus Christ. I mean, there's a lot. There's a whole hell of a lot. There's like a lot. One thing that I really want to do is look at. I kind of want to actually watch the preview streams, probably at like extra speed or something. But like, there's a lot of questions that I personally have about Tarkir or Dragonstorm that like I know is gonna be in the preview panel. And then also we'll kind of like talk about what the Planeswalker's Guide to Tarkir has in it, because it has a lot of pictures that are pretty and a lot of lore that's going on, and I think it's going to be very important to the general understanding of everything that's going on in this set. Because like Tarkir is one of the most lore-rich sets in all of Magic, quite frankly. It was like one of the best standard environments they've ever made. On top of having an outrageously like good and like actually paid attention to story. It was the first time. It was the main time where I saw the most amount of people be into the actual story of Magic the Gathering. The fuck is this place? And like that is awesome, and I kind of want to see how that translates to a newer time, just the future. And yeah, but before we dive into all of that, we're gonna definitely watch the thing. So let me prepare that on the side. Tarkir lore summarized. Dragons rock the dragon. I mean, dragons rock the dragons. Yeah, I see you. Kinda. Oh, there's a new Rainbow Six Siege video. All right. Kind of, but kind of not. Damn it. I want
incoming raid from Miami Cakes with 10 raiders.
Hey, Emmy Cakes! Hi, hi! Hi, hi! Emmy Cakes, aka Cammy Cakes, if that is your real name. Good to see you, friend. How are you? How are you? Big ol' shout out. Shout out to you, bud. How you been? Alright, Magic Con Chicago 2025. I think the panel will just be up there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the preview panel. 53 minutes long, but you know, it's important. It's important. Let's go over this dang panel already. How was MagicCon? Absolutely fantastic. Very magical, very wonderful. I am super happy to have been a part of it. I'm super happy. There is a lot of stuff. I think it feels like it was the busiest con I've ever been in. Right? Like I myself specifically was busy. It wasn't just like my typical I'm running around trying to like find someone to talk to. I was like legit busy. And I think I think this was like the one set where like the most stuff happened and it just passed me by, right? Like the preview panel completely passed me by because I was doing a thing with Dragon Shield. I missed the cosplay contest because I was recording something. Something else where I was doing something cool and therefore I couldn't go to it where I normally would go to those things. So yeah, it was a busy, but a good busy. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that I get busier over time, if that makes sense, if that's fair to say. Getting ready for Loot Fest? What's Loot Fest? What's Loot Fest? What's Loot Fest? Tell me what Loot Fest is, please, my friend. Tell me, my friend, what is Loot Fest? While I get this window. What is this? Explain to me. It's a small convention in Fort Worth that you're going to this weekend. It'll be. Oh, okay. It's the third year of the convention. Have you been going for all three? All right. Ugh. That scared me. That legit. I was but. Hey, thank you very much for the resub, my friend. Appreciate it. Glad to see you, and I hope that you're doing well. And we gotta catch up and play some games and stuff and things. There we go. Skirmish Rhino multi-format all-star coming soon. Skirmish Rhino's okay. Mizukami, good to see you. Hi. Netrunner spoiler season, let's go! Oh hell yeah! Show me the new corporations. Is your second time going to get me cakes? Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Bunch of friends who play Magic and Tarkov. Magic and Tarkov together? Is Batty going? That sounds like a baddie. All right. How was MC Chicago? It was great. I had for the type of person that I am and how I respond to how my parents raised me, and valuing being busy and work above most things. I don't know. There's therapy and all that. I was busy and like doing stuff, I think, more than any other con. I had things to do. I had like places to be at least once a day. And I did those things, and those things went like perfectly. So I couldn't ask for anything more. That was great. It was great. Super, super great. I don't know if Batty's going, but I know other content creators are. Ooh, good alert. Gotta get ready to head out and finish getting ready for the weekend. Have a great stream. Love you, Cammy Cakes. See you, friend. Good luck in this weekend. Yes. Forever waiting for Osaka? Or Tokyo, whichever. I mean, Kyoto? Akihabara, though? Imagine. Oh my god, Amizu. Could you imagine the absolute mindfuck it would be to have MagicCon Akihabara? Like, I know they would say, like, Tokyo, Kyoto and stuff, but, like, what if they're just like, nah, cut all that pretense out. We're in the middle of Akihabara. Come through. Darksmith, good to see you. Darksmith, I have your card. I have your... Did I take it out? I don't think I did. I do have, like, a mess of stuff all over my desk, though. Oh, no, sorry. That's Miss Smith. I don't have your card. Hold on. No. Yes. Yes? Yes? Is this... No, maybe? I don't know. The names are very similar. No, it is! Yeah, I see your symbol right there. Yes, I got your card. And it's in my quiver, okay? Meh. Yeah. Now that's how you know I'm a real one. I'm selfish. Osaka's like 20 minutes away from you. How far is Akihabara? It's like one train ride on a cool train. I don't want to hear it. Chat, we have things to go over. Chat, we have things to go over. You know, what are we yapping about over here? Don't you know that we have things to go over? We have a whole ass YouTube video, friends. We have a whole ass YouTube video. Your body is ready? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Get that body ready. Yeah. Yeah. What are these trains you speak of? Oh my gosh. Things that the US should have way more of. It's like a 2-hour flight or a 3-hour bullet train. Really? I guess I just didn't remember. I was too enamored on being on the train to even know this. Yeah, you're right. It could have been like 10 hours. I still would have been like, hop, skip, and then jump. That was great. I learned anything. If I learned anything, Persona Akava is one loading screen away. Exactly, Viking. You fucking get it. Just load, Mizu. Come on. Just listen. It's not even that big, okay? You just like move on the D-pad, okay, and you go to the big giant staircase and you click A, and then you're just like on the train. Or maybe like you're on like a walkway above the train and you meet all of your friends one by one, right? And then you get on the train for like one loading screen and then you're in school. Then you're just in school. Like, what's wrong? And there's a talking cat. You stupidly bought the open world version of life? Idiot. Honestly. So dumb. So foolish. Like... I can't help you. I can't help you if you don't help yourself, honestly. Buying the freaking real life version of Persona. That's crazy. The real open world. You don't even get to, like, be a Phantom Thief. You bought, like, it's like the two different versions of a, what's that game series? Well, Zelda, but, no, the Nintendo series when there was two different versions of the game, or three different, I guess. The tactics game, I forgot about it. I don't play that anymore. I do it. My version of Persona has Ewok. Fire Emblem, thank you. Yes, yeah, you bought the wrong version of Fire Emblem. Pokemon. That's on me. I set the expectations too. That's on me. You're right. I fucked up on that one. Yeah, Pokemon. All right, chat. Listen, I didn't even waste a bunch of time doing a bunch of pre-work. I didn't even waste a crap ton of time like getting the stream and everything ready. I just straight up said like, boom, I'm here. Friends come through. Let's talk about Magic the Gathering. That's how much I love you all. That's how dedicated I am to being vulnerable and working on stuff last second in front of you. Because for some reason you goofballs accept me. You're wrong to, but you do. I appreciate it. Alright. Missy Man Dude, we need to throw down some cards soon. We need to throw down every... Mega Man Battle Network? That didn't have two Did it? That didn't have two versions. Oh! No, there was one with the red guy on the front, right? And then one with Mega Man on the front. You're like, I'm being blasted back to like 13-year-old me. I don't even know. Not all of us had the Battle Network games did. Zelda had yes. No, I did mention Zelda before. The only Zelda game I have played 2 Zelda games from beginning to end because like I owned them, they were mine, and I completed them. It was the DS Wind Waker, or the DS one when you're on the ship, right? And which I know is a sequel to, I think like the GameCube game, and then Rod of Seasons. I liked Rod of Seasons. I liked Rod of Seasons a lot, and I played Zelda Rod of Seasons when I was in like a camp, like a day camp thing during the summer, and the rumor was if you completed the game, Oracle of Time, or the other game, I believe was Oracle of Time, like unlocked, like at the end of it, like basically it was like a combined game once you reach the end of Rod of Seasons, and I did it, and it always sounded like bullshit to me because like I knew friends that had the ages and I had seasons, and I was like, okay, well you say that, but like have none of you completed the game? Why aren't you like asking me? Because I was the only fucker that had seasons. Every person, there was like 4 other people who played Zelda in my class group, and all of those fuckers had time. I was the only nerd with seasons, and I'm like, okay, well shouldn't you guys be coming to me to like finish play the other half of the game or something, because we had to like link cables or whatever, and they never did. So I'm like, okay, well it's bullshit that you're saying that like if we get to the end and we just like link cables, we'll unlock the other side, and it was bullshit. I finally beat it, and I was like, where is it? And they're like, I lied to you. And then I developed trust issues, and I never trust anyone else again. There we go. That's the origins of my trust issues. Christmas, good to see you, Fran. And I had a wonderful trip. I had seasons, nice. Originally they were going to do 3 games, but they cut it down to 2 because 2 at the same time was crazy in scope. I mean, yeah. It was like the same game, though, just like a different mechanic. Anyway, chat, we're ready to go. We have things to watch. We have shit to watch, chat. Why are we yapping? Why are we yapping to me? We have a whole like 53-minute thing to get through. You know? We have a whole ass, because yapping's fun. This is true. And also because I'm trying to get better at yapping. I'm trying to get better at the whole idea of talking to cameras. Which I know sounds weird considering what I do, but like it's like actively difficult. All right. Okay, chat. Here we go. Let's put me more in frame. Hold on, let me track me. Perfect. And a little lower. What? A little higher. Yes. Yes. Okay. You ready? Are enough of us here? I think so. I think enough of us are here. I think it's about time. I think it's about that time. All right. Let's go over the MagicCon Chicago 2025 preview panel. You chat, you'll be right there. I'll be seeing you. Actually, I should probably move y'all. No, right down here. Right down here. And actually, I'll make myself a little smaller. Preview panel. All right. Here we go. Hello, friends. This is 1080p. I believe it. It was crazy. Like, ever since Amsterdam, the team that hosts the MagicCons has done such a wonderful job in spacing out like everything so well that even though they keep on getting record-breaking numbers, like even though they keep on selling out the show, they like it never feels all encompassing. Like I would talk to hold on, I would like, because I have a couple friends that work like at different booths, right? Like Gatherer's Tavern the people who do like the 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 and the loot deck boxes that I have. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. Luxury play style, the people whose metal like plus and plus and college and stuff that I use, and heavy play and Dragon Shield. I'm close with all of them, and like I would talk to them. I talk to them every single time I see them at an event, and I go like, hey, like, you know, how does it feel? How's everything stacking up? And they're just like, this is awesome. We are doing like, we're super swamped, super busy. We're making all these sales. I'm just like, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic. It doesn't feel like we're surrounded like by thousands of people, but we are. They just space shit out better. So Magic Cons are great. If y'all are able to go to them ever. And Cool Stuff Inc. Yes, and Cool Stuff Inc. Use code Kuro for 5% off at all of your purchases, especially on these Tarkir cards. But yeah. And actually, you know what? I am close to Cool Stuff. I played against 2 of their members when I was there. Played some Magic. I think I played a total of, I want to say 6 to 7 games of Commander, which is honestly better than most Magic Cons I get to do. So anyway, it was sick. Thank you, Mizu. A lot more room to... Yes, also a lot more room to play. Way more room to play. Remember... I know, like, we're going to start and stop chat. That's just what it's going to be. Like, the first last MagicCon Chicago was the first MagicCon show that sold out, right? So, I mean, you know, they were kind of unprepared. It was, like, you know, really choked in. No one could find a place to sit down and play, blah, 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 blah. Not this year. Like, within that year, they have learned to expect that crowd, and they're killing it. They're killing it. All right. You can hear everything, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody brought their dual disc? No. There would have been room, though. Sorry, what? We're gonna skip this if it's just like the trailer. Ooh, Edge of Eternity's chat. Oh my god. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for Edge of Eternities. More than anything in the world. More than any set whatsoever. I am so hyped for Edge of Eternities. So pretty. Oh my gosh, we're gonna talk about it. I see Mark Rosewater, like, we're not friends or anything, but like I see them like so much as they like. I saw them multiple times as they like walk across the bridge to like enter the convention, but we didn't really know each other at all. Woo! Damn. 30th, bitch. This has been around for 32 years. Damn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 So really fast. Again, there's gonna be starting stopping here. So everything obviously he said is true. One of the things to note is like it is always a risk management thing for WotC in terms of how they like story wise, right? Like how much they want to tie themselves to certain story beats, right? One thing even Morrow in the past mentioned being difficult was Zendikar, right? Like the first Zendikar set we get is just like, okay, boom, first Zendikar set, Zendikar. It's like a plane where there's a lot of mana and creatures and the world is alive, right? And it's like the first time vampires are ever like a kindred, like a full on kindred. With each other, and elves are also like more of a kindred, and all the and merfolk too, especially and this living world, floating hedrons, and all that stuff. And then like the second set, this mystery starts forming as to like, oh, there's these beings, these old gods returning from under the earth. What's going on? Blah blah blah. Similar to like the stuff of the first set, but then the third set in the block, Rise of the Eldrazi, which is where I started. And like, boom, you have the Eldrazi introduced for the first time ever in Magic, right? So part of Zendikar's identity kind of gets split in two, right? You have allies and like this world of like this living world full of mana and magic and hedrons and that stuff. And then suddenly, boom, Eldrazi, eldritch horrors from beyond the planes who are here to consume, and they all get released at once. It's like, whoa, that's fucking huge, right? So then you get Battle for Zendikar, right? And you get more of kind of both of those together. You still get allies, you get the Zendikari and their typals, right? But also Eldrazi at the same time. And then for the Gatewatch or whatever, even more of like that sort of stuff. And he mentioned back then, or like it's basically as soon as the second Zendikar block was over, where it's just like, wow, turns out people actually really like Zendikar because of the like setting of like this teeming world that was alive. They didn't like the Eldrazi as much as we thought. That's at least what they said, like right after. Um, so when we went back to Zendikar for the third time, it's no Eldrazi whatsoever. It's all just Zendikar. Even though they didn't bring back like the ally mechanic, they did the party mechanic instead. Zendikar was basically Magic's version of D&D in a way. Even from the beginning, it was like an adventure plane. And they mentioned like, yeah, when we kind of doubled down on the Eldrazi too much, people lost attachment to the adventure plane that we had, and that was something that they wrestled with, right? So just as what he's talking about here, where it's just like, okay, cool, you have the clans, like the Khans of Tarkir, and then you have this go back into the past thing, and then now you have Dragons of Tarkir. Now we left the Tarkir block going like, hey, dragons are cool. Everyone knows who Ojutai is, right? Like at that time, everyone knew who Ojutai was, Silumgar, Atarka, Dromoka, Kolagon. Every player knew who the legendary commanders of Tarkir were, which is rare. You got to understand like how rare, especially back then, that was for standard players, whether you're just playing at FNM or a pre-release, all the way up to pro players and everywhere in between. Everyone knew who Zergo was because there were two sets, right? where Zergo either was just like a goofy card, whatever, you only like him in Commander, or there was like a super playable, like one drop mono red version. So you knew who Zergo was no matter who you were. You knew who Narset was. You knew who Anafenza was. You knew who, Sarkhan. You knew who Sarkhan was. We got to see one art where Sarkhan was punching a bear, and then another art where Sarkhan was punching a dragon, right? Like, you knew who these main characters were. There was only so many of them, right? Like, only the Khans, only the leaders were the legendary creatures, and the dragons, and that was it. There's only like 10 people to recognize. And everyone recognized every single one of them, because at one point or another, 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 was playable, outrageously playable. 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 was playable. Kolagan was actually renowned for being unplayable. And 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻, even still to this day, damn 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻 Dragon Lord. Oh, what a playable bitch. And Atarka. Oh my god, Atarka. Atarka was playable in the middle set by a lot. Or no, that was Double Strike Dragon. No, yeah, Dragon Lord Atarka for sure. So this is all just to say, like, more than maybe almost ever, more than any other set, getting cons of Tarkir's flavor right, like why people like the set, is very important for cons more than anything. And there's two distinctions. Did you like the dragons more, or did you like the cons more? And there's an argument for both, because they made both playable, right? Like, dragons were playable. Do you know, like, that shit was crazy that a 6-mana dragon was playable. It just was. A 7-mana dragon was playable. A 5-mana dragon shaped the entire format. Dragon Lord 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻, just because he was untapped, just because he was hexproof when he was untapped. So yeah, this is all just to say, like, him talking about how it's important to get the flavor of this set right, and choosing to, like, okay, do we double down on dragons? Do we somehow bring the cons back from, like, this alternate timeline? Like, how do we do that? They have to make some sort of narrative where that can make sense, even if it doesn't make sense. So, all right, anyway. I mean, that was kind of what Narset did. That's crazy to be able to bring clans and dragons together, right? Like, chocolate and peanut butter, like, it's not, like, maybe how people enjoy both, it's like chocolate and peanut butter, but, like, you gotta understand, in the cons timeline, dragons are dead. They're revered from being dead 100 years ago, right? And then you get the middle set where the cons and the dragons were actively fighting each other for survival. The dragons were about to win, right? Until, like, Nicol Bolas did his thing, and then the cons eventually overthrew. That's the original timeline. But, like, then you get Fate Reforged, and the dragons win, and we get to see the dragons, like, kill the original cons, and take over, right? And then you get Dragons of Tarkir, where we have this new future where, you have to forget everything you knew about before, because it's very different now. Like, we only had either cons, dragons, or they're killing each other, and that's it. So finding some sort of narrative way to, like, literally, like, chocolate peanut butter them together, it's actually pretty fucking weird. It's actually pretty weird. Misa, shut up. Yes. I want the mechanics so bad. Okay, so one thing to note there is that how to train your dragon? Close. So one thing to note there, what she just said, that the abilities that they're not going to cover, but the abilities of the dragon of the new clans are reminiscent and based on the older ones, right? But with a new twist, which is very important for the flavor of the set, right? The Abzan need to have something to do with plus and plus encounters. The Mardu need to have something to do with attacking, right? Because Raid was first introduced in cons as the Mardu mechanic. Outlast was the plus and plus mechanic introduced with the Abzan. Prowess was introduced with Jeskai. Prowess comes from cons, right? Delve wasn't introduced with cons, but reintroduced with cons. And also exploit. And then formidable and the other and lesser formidable, whatever. That was introduced with the teamer. So I wonder if we can kind of maybe like guess at what the new abilities will be. Okay. Okay, so let's get what she just said clear. Hold on. Okay. So okay, yeah, okay. I guess that's just the lore now, right? I guess it's just Khans was doing this thing, and even when we had invasion of Tarkir, and we get Ojitai, who seems perfectly fine, and Zergo, on the same card, fighting against the Phyrexians, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, just off screen, unbeknownst to anyone's care, the Khans just overthrew them. Just another magic set where there's just a rebellion that just happened, Okay, I mean, I guess that's a narrative hook that you can just kind of use forever. Does it go and no, and we will get to that soon. We will get to the Planeswalker guides for sure. It's yeah. So like, I'm not gonna have like full judgment until I read those because I haven't even fully read them yet. Right? We'll go over them together. But it is just like a little interesting to know that like, okay, again, just like with Kaladesh to Avishkar. Now, Kaladesh to Avishkar, I mean, like a rebellion happened and they made a change. Now, was it weird that the storyline was that Kaladesh went to Aether Revolt, so we already helped them fight through a revolution, and then nothing changed, so then there was another revolution off screen, and that's how it gets in modern day Avishkar. It's just like, okay, let's not just kind of hand wave every single plane every time you want to come back and it's different. It's because there was a revolution. Like, oh my god, like, can we not? Let's not use that trait, that trope all the time, right? Like the next time we go back to Zendikar, is it going to be like, oh, there was a revolution against, I don't know, Hedrons, just like the concept of Hedrons, and now the spirit Eldrazi are back, and it's like, sure, I guess, okay, yeah. Alive more than ever, okay. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you found me at MagicCon. Thank you, truly. That means a lot. Big ol' hearts to you. Richard and over on YouTube is saying that was the nicest dude they met at MagicCon. Awesome. All right, preview cards. Let's go. Mox Jasper. There it is. It's fine by me. It's fine. Well, Laura want to bring back changelings. The Mox Jasper's a headliner. It sure is Wobbler. Power 9.5. I guess. That's pretty. I've come to the conclusion that any card that has the word Mox in his name is going to be good. Hi, Etrada. Etria. It's okay, I guess. Yeah, Demon. Like, I'm of the same regard. Like, I did hear that they were making this. I mean, it's okay. Like, I mean, all right. Yeah. Okay. The reason I'm whatever about it, Max Hansen's pretty bad. True. The reason I'm whatever about it is because it's a 0 mana rock, and that's fine, right? But it will not tap for anything until you get that first dragon out, right? I don't know how expensive dragons are going to be in this set, right? But typically, all dragons, like full on, like flying 4-limb, like dragons, are like 4+ mana. You know what I mean? And the only time they're like 3 mana, because it's like red, and 1, is when they're like, goofy, ultra haste, like 3/3s. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I'm just hoping, personally, that not every set in the future just comes down to Mox with set mechanic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, for Final Fantasy, I don't want them to release Mox Fantasy and, like, add 1 mana of any color, activate only if you control a Chocobo. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I am just hoping that this is not the beginning of basically like lessening the name of Mox for the future, when every set will just have Mox with set mechanic, right? For Edge of Eternities, I don't want Mox vehicle, right? And it's just a Mox, but only if you have a vehicle in play. Aether Drift, I'm glad, had the Aether Spark and not like, Mox Aether Drift. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, whatever. The cheapest dragon in standard right now, Shivan does say they're X1 for 2 mana. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, for sure, yeah, you can pay a red, put it into. Oh no, right. It needs to be 2 because it's X red, right? Yeah, it's a red card. Yeah, there's shapeshifts like changing outcast. Right? No. That's for commander. That's in commander, and that's fine. If you have a dragon deck, right? That's fine. It's still kind of weird that your dragon deck has a changeling outcast, right? Like, dragon decks don't really need a 1/1 version of themselves. Dragon decks are typically pretty fine without it. Max speed 0. Yeah, Mox speed 0 mana, tap for 1 if you're at max speed. Right. Like, that would be bad, right? Like, that would be a Yeah, that's what I'm just hoping it doesn't turn into that. It's not going to help you until you have a dragon, and we all know they're high in CC. Exactly. That's my only like opinion about Mox Jasper. I'm just like whatever about it. I hope it doesn't mean that we just get like Mox Merfolk at some point, because like then it's just like, oh god, like cool, it'll make my Merfolk decks better, I guess, but like Jesus, like Mox Goblin, like is that next? I hope not, Just check Mox Jasper is the first new Mox printed into the 2020s. I'm not super worried about them going crazy with Mox anytime soon, and that's fair. That is fair. I thought they did actually make another Mox. Maybe I'm just wrong. It's not super usable, and it's legendary as well. That's true. Let Mox Goblin cook? No. Watch there be new flex of like 3 or less dragons, which there could be. There probably will be. Like, don't get me wrong. I am okay with the idea that there will be, once you get 1 dragon out at turn like 3, now you can like kind of jump to 5 CMC. That's okay with me. But like, let's just acknowledge that, hey, this is not Mox like that we really know it as, right? Not really. It's no, as long as you have a legendary creature out, right? Because that, when you say like, oh, taps for any mana as long as you have a legendary creature out, that's a pretty big range of legendary creatures, okay? That's like a lot, right? That you can make any deck to fit that however you need, right? And that'll kind of always be good. Dragons just not as much. And it's just like, okay, how many colors of a dragon do you really need, right? I might fucking blue-red dragon deck for Furcrag doesn't really need this. I'll probably still use it, right, if I get one. But like, I'm like, okay. It's like, okay. It's like, all right. The Storm Dragon. Okay, well, we're gonna get that. Using this with the Storm Dragon would be sweet though. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's actually pretty neat. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know Tantalite was that new, Wobbler. I really didn't know Mox Tantalite was that new. I'm surprised Mox Tantalite was so recent. Mm-hmm. There's Sarkhan. Welcome back. He got that armpit hair right there. Look at that. A damn tuft of fur there. Cool. Is that it doesn't look like a Hedron shard. It doesn't like it's a Hedronal shape, but like not really. Alright, Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. 1 in the red, 2/2 legendary creature, human druid. When Sarkhan enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do, create a treasure token. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control, or reveal the dragon card from your hand. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Sarkhan. Until end of turn, Sarkhan becomes a dragon in addition to its other types and flying. Yeah. Cool. Sick. Yeah, hey, dope. I'm down for this. Especially if like the new mono red like format, right? Like if the new mono red deck is like dragon typo, that'd be pretty interesting. I'm down for this. This is sick. And also beholding a dragon, they just straight up made the cons like reveal a dragon or choose one that you control, and just straight up like made it a mechanic. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I do. So like there could eventually be like behold a elf, behold a merfolk, behold a whatever, right? I like beholding is like the thing that you're doing, and then the dragon is just like the type. So, when Daijins enter, you may behold a human. If you do, create a 1/1 bird creature token. Exactly. When a dinosaur enters, behold a gamer is a valid line of rule text in Magic the Gathering. True. That's from the source of 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻, real source strategist. What the fuck? Yep. Interesting that he makes a treasure. You know what I mean? I wish that it wasn't a treasure token. So, like, I know why it's a treasure token, right? It's so it can tap for any mana of any color. And they can do it, like, you know, after Sarkhan comes to play. But, like, we gotta be honest, it's kind of weird. Demonic Claw, thank you very much for the... Hey, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. I really appreciate that, friend. And welcome to the... And thank you very much for follow. Welcome to the community. Yeah, it's just, like, weird. It's weird to have a treasure on a Sarkhan. I wish there was, like, something you could more... Dragons and their hordes, I guess. They don't do dragon hordes in Tarkir. Not really. Not unless you're, like, an Sultai. Kind of had the mechanic already. We had several tap lands to that effect to enter and tap. Correct. Correct, Warbler. So I do like that they're still doing the spirit art foiled. And Ugin's back. Okay. Hey, Sparks. Those guys said you were awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Bonnie. Yes, that's right. That is what you did say that. Thank you. Egg token? Yeah. Fifth is how red is. True. I like the spirit version, to be honest. Although, like, at the top there, it looks more like Niv Mizzet, like the frills, less like Ugin. Ooh, Halo foil. I guess Halo foil is gonna be the special one. I can't explain it, but I kind of hate Mox Jasper. That's fair. All right, my clans. Blessed Abzan and Jeskai. Let's go. My girl. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. That's a lot to unpack there. So Narset is like, hey, let's see if we. I know the truth, and that there used to be a world. I mean, she kind of would only know the truth from Sarkhan, but whatever. Or Ugin, I guess. Yeah, or Ugin. But, like, I know the truth. There used to be a world where dragons didn't rule, and instead it was the Khans. Now, Narset left Khans when she became a Planeswalker. She left Tarkir, and she was, like, a great student under Ojutai, and she she liked 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻. And then 𝔹𝕃ℂ𝔻's like, hey, go on, learn the truth, it's all good, whatever. Then she loses her spark, and now she's back on Tarkir, and I guess she was very unsatisfied with people not living in the correct timeline or whatever. So yeah, I guess that she's led people to do this ancient ritual to I guess kill the dragon.